I want to thank everyone that's taken the time to send me an email, who've watched my videos, who've liked my videos for Infinity Scalper. I'm a fan of it. What am I going to say? I'm not a scalper, by nature. But if I was a scalper, it's something I would look at trading. I'm going to cover a few things here that I haven't covered before. And one of the questions I had, it was, well, we can trade a 1 minute chart. Why are we not looking at that? Well, that's fair enough. Trading a 1 minute chart in the spot market is a little bit different than trading the 1 minute chart in the futures market. But it is available here. So let's take a look at how we can combine these two time frames for higher probability trading without getting whipped apart. So let's just cover what we have on the chart right now so we all are on the same page. Here is the indicator that comes with Infinity Scalper, right? You apply it to your chart, you authorize it, and trade it. What we're looking for is these turns in the histogram from red to green, green to red for our trades. This white line is a moving average that I have added. Inside the PDF, it's going to tell you, do not trade in sloppy markets. Do not trade against the trend. When price is whipping back and forth over top of a moving average or hugging the moving average, like you see here, you can see that this is not a price action that's worthy of your time. It certainly isn't. And all I've done here, anyone that's traded structure, price action knows, you get a range like this, mark off the highs and the lows, look for breakouts, right? That's what we're doing here. So let's cover a few things here. I've made two lines, this line and this line. These are just setting up trades. There's a reason why I haven't covered that. There's a reason why I haven't covered this. And you'll understand in a minute. So let's just cover what we're looking at here. Remember, we're trading the first 2 to 3 hours of the session. So if you're looking at U.S. session, between 8 and 11 o'clock in the morning. London session, 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock maybe. And a little bit during the overlap, which is the 8:30 time frame, roughly. 8 o'clock time frame, but 8:30 is when a lot of the news releases come out. So make sure that you go to forexfactory.com and make sure you're not trading inside of a news release. For example, on July 7th, we had the non-farm payroll. You try scalping that. Good luck. Anyways, let's take a look at what we're looking at. So we get a long trade set up here, and this is marked by this green line here. And you can see that you enter on the close. So we get this. We get pulled back here, 13 pips. You may or may not have gotten stopped out. You probably did. Rock goes up here 6, and it doesn't really go anywhere. All right, so this is not a trade that worked out. And you can see that we start chopping back and forth. So I'm actually even going to highlight this one here. Why not? Again, another trade. It's a red candle, enter on the close, and that entry would be right about there. You can see you don't go anywhere, right? You get a little bit, pulls back. And if you did, for whatever reason, are not going to do what I'm going to show you to do, you got into here, you see these triple tops, you're out of this trade anyways, I would hope, right? Let's remove this. So all I did was I sectioned off the upper channel, part of the channel, and the lower part here. And you can see here we do get a trade set up to the short side right here. But look at this candle. You got to know candlesticks, right? When you're trading, don't just trade blindly. Even though it closed red, this is a semi-bullish candle. Didn't even close below the lows. And the reason this is here, I just basically this low, this congestion here, this congestion here. So it wasn't a line I just tossed on. There was a reason for it. And even if I moved it up to this area right here, you can still see that it rejects. All right. These are zones, not specific price points. And you can see also that we're extending far away. It's just not a good trade setup. But there's another reason why we're going to move over here. Look at the difference of this candle. Right? I don't know if this is my price on my MetaTrader here, or it's an actual gap. Could happen. You never know, right? But regardless, it clears this rejection here. And it's a strong candle. These two candles, compared to this candle and this candle, tradable, right? Short it. But look what happens. It pulls right back up against us. But look what's happening. We've already getting a down sloping on this trend, the trend line right here, which is not part of it, right? And it's only a 20-period moving average, as you saw there. Pulls back and then drops, 19 pips. And if you got out over here, it's different. But that's not my point of this video. So let's take a look why we would not have gotten involved in this trade that eventually turns out to be a loser. And let's just highlight, I want to highlight this area right here so I can see something on the higher time frame. So, 5-minute chart. You can see on the 5-minute chart, let me get this bigger for you. You know, we are already in a short scalp on the higher time frame. This green line represents where that long setup happened on the lower time frame, the 1-minute chart. Why would you trade against a higher time frame down trade, right? Because we're trading downwards. You wouldn't do it. So you're putting the odds in your favor by trading in the direction of an active trade on the 5-minute chart, right? And this is the yellow line that the yellow box I put there. You can see this. This is the area right here. Look at this candle, right? Is that bullish or bearish, right? It's more bullish than bearish. Got these wicks. This is the trade that we looked at, the short trade. Totally different candlesticks, right? We have this from the top of the channel, momentum down, small upper and lower shadows, bit of a pullback, breaks down. Is that a good trade? Absolutely. And that's just combining the two different time frames, the 1 minute and the 5 minutes. So you can actually have, this is a pound US, you can actually have the 5-minute chart and the 1-minute chart up. And here's what happens. Remember I said we trade for the first 2 to 3 hours, right? Well, this is 8 o'clock right here, and we're at 11, right? Maximum of 3 hours, which is over here somewhere. You can see that our next trade sets up at 11:15. We wouldn't even got a trade-off in the U.S. session if we only trade the 5-minute time frame. If we traded the 1-minute time frame, we actually did get a trade. Let's go back to it. You can see, where'd it go? Right here. We already got, where are we? Right here. We got our trade. We got our trade south for 18, 19 pips. Is that not something you'd want to do, right? Have both time frames up. And this will allow you to actually trade the 1-minute chart, have more opportunities to scalp, but you'll be scalping in the direction of the higher time frame trade direction. All right, because even though our trend line may change, may start pointing upwards, right? Doesn't necessarily mean that, even though it does here, doesn't necessarily mean that these will be in sync with this. Okay, this is just a guide. So that's it. You can still trade the 1-minute chart using the higher time frame, the 5-minute chart. You'll probably get more trading opportunities, but there'll be higher probability because you're trading in the direction of the higher time frame. All right, hope that didn't confuse anybody. If it did, send me a message. Sign up below, right? Click my link. Up here on the right, you can also click up here. And download Infinity Scalper. Give it a go. Let me know what you think. I think it's a great product. If you know what you're doing, right? The PDF is great. I think it's 25 pages again. Read through that. I mentioned it in my review video. Take a look, download it, and let me know what you think. All right? Appreciate you watching.